Good morning, campers, and welcome back to the Cut the Camera podcast. It is Nick Sturniolo.
And it is Matthew Sturniolo. And Chris. Still here.
Do you almost forget who you were? Or
Yeah,
no?
just a little bit.
Like, that was a little crazy. He's like,
Episode.
It was your time to shine, and you were like really
I got
caught
really.
off guard.
I got
You
stage
got
fright.
nervous.
It's
Okay.
episode 5, man.
Okay,
Episode
stop. I
5,
hate when you do
and we
this,
just hit 5 million subscribers.
That's actually crazy.
2 5s at the same time.
Dude, we need to check if like the FBI are outside. That's
What's
crazy.
the line from Central C and Dave? It's like 2 5 don't equal a 10
I have no
or some
idea.
shit. That's not Central C and Dave.
Who is it?
It's the fucking Mabu kid.
All right.
No, it's not. Yes, it is. In his little freestyle.
Regardless,
Then
no
that's
matter who it is.
Whatever. Don't care. Doesn't
I
matter.
don't care, yeah. So we're going to move on. Today's episode topic, we are going to be talking about funny stories that never have gotten explained. But before we even dive into that.
Anyway.
I did the dive hand motion
Yes.
for all you listening.
Yeah.
First thing I want to talk about is the actors and writers strike.
Go for it.
Do you have anything to say or no?
You said you wanted to talk
Okay,
about it.
yeah,
and
I
that's
do,
basically
but
what
like
it
Chris
is.
looked intrigued when he saw me, so I was like, oh, maybe
Well,
he
yeah.
wants to share.
No, you
like,
can
a
go.
thought. No, but for those of you who don't know, there's a writer's strike, and now the actors all joined the strike like about a couple days ago, which is great. But I also think that like the actors kind of like it's like a follow through, because obviously with the writer's strike,
It's an alley-oop.
well, yeah, it's showing the importance of the writer's strike.
Okay, listen.
Because like the actors cannot do their job without the writers.
the
So it's
writers
going
went
to
on
be-
strike, so then the actors went on strike because they can't do their job since the writers went on strike, and now we're going on strike because we can't have actors on our podcast.
Well, we're not going on strike because
I'm
we
just
essentially
saying.
we can't really.
we just support.
it does
we support
affect
the
us.
writers and the actors because we want to have writers and actors on our podcast. So
Yeah, it's just like it. Me, Matt, and Chris. Obviously, we don't like. We're in support of the writer's strike in a sense of like, just like they should be getting paid for the work that they're doing, and they're not. And it's
yeah, like
also,
if I'm
a
a viewer, Nick, and I don't know what it is, like give me it. Like
well,
tell
if
me.
writers are on strike, I'm pretty sure. Like, I also don't want to be your main source of information. So Google or something, like find a credible source that's not me. I'm starting with that because whatever I say could be wrong. So I don't want
True.
y'all spreading my false information. But from what I know, or what I think
Can you
I
stop
know,
shaking the table so much?
I'm talking with my hands. We're gonna need to get some napkins under these legs or something because I'm gonna keep doing this.
Just go ahead.
But regardless, with the writer's strike, essentially, I'm pretty sure like writers used to be able to like get paid for their jobs and like live off of it because of like cable and stuff, and there was like ongoing TV shows for a super elongated amount of time. But now with cable being like so
Last year,
cable's the last year, we have like streaming services, so they can get hired as opposed to like a year-long project for like. Or like instead of like a lifelong project that they're like working on, or like in a really elongated
these
amount of
writers are
time.
writing amazing
They could
shows
be writing,
and they're not getting paid.
Yeah, they could only be working for like legit like a couple weeks, and they're like, oh, we're done with you, and then they like aren't getting paid enough to live off of that.
Yeah, so it's
So
extremely
basically, like-
unfair, obviously. But basically, we're just expressing this because we just want to show that we're in support of the writers.
And we want, and not only
actors
that,
on
but
the
we
pod.
want actors and writers and people in the future to come on our podcast, but they are being on strike. They're not talking about anything that they're doing, which is good. And I think that writers need to get paid so we can get back in business because it's putting us
I
down
agree.
everyone's work.
I agree. I have
People
to
should be
sneeze.
paid fairly for what they do. That's all I have to say. All right.
Bless you.
Bless you.
All right, straight on to the next topic. Chris, give it to us here.
Ah,
Jesus. What about Instagram threads, everybody?
Matt,
I never had Twitter.
I'm going to sneeze again. Hold on. Dude, like really get it together. Drink water.
I never had
I
Twitter.
don't know why I said drink water. That's not going to help no matter
I
what.
never had Twitter, and Threads is apparently very similar to Twitter. So for me, it was like brand new all at once.
I thought Threads was
and I
fun
thought it was-
for
and I thought it was really cool.
48
hours.
Okay.
Okay. It was like, bro, like I feel like, to be honest, like personally, what I would change about Threads is I feel like they should have just incorporated it to the already existing Instagram. Like if there was a tab where you could just put a little message, like they tried with the fucking bubble
Notes.
thing on the.
notes.
Yeah, no one's doing that.
Oh, so you're really getting into it.
Well, I'm just saying, like I personally think if Instagram made the notes thing a whole separate tab rather than just like above the DMs, then that's what Threads is.
Yeah,
you know what I
I
mean?
will
say the only thing that I have to say is I was absolutely devastated when they got rid of the Instagram shop feature, and we should bring that back and stop
I
trying to make
agree.
second app.
Matt,
I agree.
hey, yo, don't be rude. But
Okay.
you can just
Well,
express your
please add
opinion.
that and make your second apps, but add that
No,
back.
yeah, I
please.
do think the Instagram shop feature is pretty lethal.
I agree.
It was
I loved it
No,
so much.
because now it's weird because there's no like shop feature, but there's still like buttons you can click, and then it like brings you like there's like technically a shop feature, but it's so like far away. Like you have to like
Threads
find
is cool.
it.
I just don't know.
What do
like,
you see like
I
the
don't-
future of Threads? Like,
See, here's my thing. My opinion is skewed on this because I feel like I don't have much to say like that. Like I see people saying like, "Oh my god, just got my mocha Adi fucking latte, whatever," and they're like posting all about it, and then it's like, "Oh my god, I just walked 1 kilometer," and it's like I don't like share
why are you
shit
using
like that.
kilos?
Is that even called?
Kilos
Is
is
that
like
drugs?
weight.
Yeah, that's like drug. That's like weight.
Why are you
Okay.
using kilometers?
I don't know.
Like, that was so weird. Like,
no,
we
I'm
don't-
using. I'm
what
using.
am I
I'm
listening
actually. I'm
to,
using
bro?
kilometers because that's the Pokemon Go egg
okay,
thing.
that's what I thought.
Oh,
So I was like, why does he not say like miles or something? But regardless,
no,
I
but
do
I just
agree.
like. I'm not the type of guy to be like posting my every move.
No,
so,
I think
like this morning, for example, I said I really want to get a pulled pork sandwich today with 100 emoji.
you
And
did
it's like,
post that.
I just did that.
Okay.
And it's like, where else would I have done
So
that?
basically, what I was gonna say before you said that, which goes really imperfectly in tune with what you just said, is I think Threads give way too many people who don't need to speak the opportunity to.
Wow.
Like
okay.
a lot of people are just like like Threads became a thing, and they're like, I need like people were like it wasn't like like a
No,
thought.
it's
like
not
you
like,
had
it's
that
not like
thought.
a
Shut
natural
up.
thing.
Yes.
They're forcing
Yes.
like
Wait.
coming up with
Like
something
Chris,
quirky
Chris,
and
you
fun,
thought
and
that.
it's like,
You thought that, right? You
Well,
thought.
no, because I woke
Well,
up today
shut up.
and I
Literally
saw this
stop
guy.
talking.
He made
Chris
a
had it-
ton of like barbecue pulled pork sandwiches and gave them out to like the homeless. I was like, wow,
Oh,
because like, bro, you should have saw how many he made. Because like,
okay, that's so nice.
and I was like, wow, I really
But
want.
basically, what I was saying is, you essentially saw that. Your thought was, "Oh, I want a pulled pork sandwich," and you went to Threads and said that. Where I think like Threads became a thing, and there was hype around it, so people
like
were
somebody
like
sitting
on
at their
Threads, like,
whiteboard.
going like this, like, "What do I
Somebody
say?
sitting
What
at their
do I
whiteboard,
say?"
like, what can I do that's funny? Like, what can I say that will make so many people
I
laugh?
do admit, I
you know?
stole one thing I saw from Twitter, and I did put it on Threads.
Wow, that's lame. as
That's
shit.
but I was like, it was
big thing
funny
to
as shit.
admit.
Like I felt it in my soul. Nothing worse than when the jig is up.
That is real.
And I felt it because I was like, when the jig is up, and people were like, "What's a jig? What's a jig?" And I'm like, you guys don't know the saying, like,
This
"Oh, the jig
generation,
is
man.
up." Like when like a detective walks in, like the old crime shows, like, "Oh, the jig is up." Like you got caught. So essentially, be like, "Oh, nothing's worse than when like the jig is up."
Yeah. It's like when fucking Scooby-Doo when they catch the enemy.
Yeah, like
And,
the jig is up,
like,
dude. We got you.
Yeah,
Take the
like,
mask off.
exactly.
Yeah,
But he would have done it if it wasn't for
for those
like,
meddling kids.
exactly.
But the jig was up.
Correct.
All right, next topic. So essentially, there was
No,
nothing.
you want to know what I
there.
did see on Threads this morning?
What?
First thing I saw was the Island Boys just making out with one another.
I love you guys so much, but I do not love you guys that much.
Well,
you know
I
what I
mean?
I'd really hope so.
Yeah,
and
and
I was about to
I'm
say, like,
just
that's
like,
like
I don't understand.
see, it's weird because I saw that or I heard of that, and I didn't even think of either of you.
correct.
Because I was like, I would never, ever, ever, ever.
But
ever.
I just look
it's
at how
weird.
similar
It's
they look.
weird.
Like,
Like it looks like they're
No, it's
kissing
weird
themselves.
because they're also a multiple birth. Like seeing that as a triplet and watching these twin brothers just make out, I was
Makes me
really
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
Was it like a full makeout?
And they were
Dude,
like,
I thought
they-
I saw the clip. It was like yes, there's
gets
no
punched in the table.
justifying it, but it was only like 3 seconds.
okay, 3
No
seconds
matter-
too far.
Yeah, no,
to
like I
be-
still would
have your
not.
lips
I
on your
still would
brothers.
absolutely not do that. But I don't think making out is 3 seconds. I think that's just like a heavier
With
single
your
kiss.
brother, I'd consider it like you're making out with your brother.
Well, I'd consider anything kind of just like a little crazy.
yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. I
agreed.
fully agree. Fully
I don't
agree.
even like.
It's just really disturbing, honestly. Like really disturbing. To like,
Oh, I'm pretty sure actually.
no, wait,
hold
wait.
on, no.
I think
'cause
they started in OnlyFans.
I literally got inspiration to say that sentence from me
They
about
started.
to say that.
They
That was
started in
insane.
OnlyFans and it got taken down.
Within a minute for incest.
I mean, hello.
like,
Like,
yeah.
why wouldn't
Naturally,
they?
if you start an incest OnlyFans, it will get
Naturally,
taken
if
down
you
for
post
incest.
exclusive content with your brother, you're gonna get.
It's just weird. Like I want to know which one of them came up with it first and told the other. It
Well,
was
I mean,
a good
when you
idea.
have the rapid hype that they did, and then you decline, and
You gotta pull
you
something.
gotta do something crazy like kiss
my
your
thought-
brother to
like my
keep
thought it-
views
Okay,
going.
I'm never doing that. So
Well, yeah,
scratch
I just
that.
fall
I'm
off. saying yes.
But what
but-
I'm saying is,
I hope they don't like call us out. but
no, yeah, I'm scared.
what are they gonna do? I don't
Well,
know.
it's just like you kissed your brother, bro. Like you had to expect this.
yeah, like you can call
crazy.
me out, but I'm not making out with y'all.
I mean, it's all just
You
the
know,
truth,
like-
and it's also like our opinion on like a like it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with
With
kissing
the
your brother.
concept, yes.
Yeah.
Pretty insane
I
concept.
just
Could never
Speaking-
do it.
Speaking of island, perfect transition.
The transition.
Have you guys seen the Love Island socials accounts? Or no? Have you seen them?
I haven't.
apparently people are like, I'm just still amazed by that. I'm just good at what I do. Like, but go ahead. Essentially, why do I keep fucking saying essentially? Like,
yeah,
just
I don't know.
get your
you
words
keep punching
out.
the fucking table, and
I'm passionate, Matt. But listen.
Oh my god.
Basically, like the people were making fun of like the Love Island team for like the US version, and they're like, oh, of course, like this is why they like the UK version better, or whatever. Because like the social media strategy is pretty fucking wild right now.
Yeah, you were telling me a little bit about it. I think it's
Like,
mind blowing.
No, they have them doing like transitions, but they are going from. I have one of them in my mind because I was just watching it and I was just like reading the hate comments, and people were like talking about how like insane it was. And one of them that really stuck out to me was this one woman was like, outside, like, what was her name? Give me a random name. I forget her name.
Michelle.
Say it was Michelle. Sorry, Matt. Say it was Michelle, and she was like, hey, guys, my name's Michelle, and outside the villa, I'm a microbiologist. But in the villa, and then she, like, covered the camera and then moved her hand, was, like, in a bathing suit, was like, I'm not looking for anything micro.
Wow.
Like, I have to find it because people were just flaming like the special effects and stuff. And this one guy said the craziest thing. Listen to this. Hold on. I hope that I don't play it too loud in your ear. Listen.
I'm Marco. I'm 22 years old and usually I'm a student. But in the villa, I'm going to be flex offender.
That's not real. Yeah, it's like he's usually a student, but in the villa, he's going to be a flex offender.
See, I liked hers because it kind of went together.
But
this is just random.
This is just
he's throwing
he's
throwing malarkey.
And you also don't want to throw a play on words of sex offender. Like, yeah, like I feel like we just leave that what it is. I would never confidently come close to saying I'm anything like I wouldn't
like
even want
a
to utter
flex
those.
offender.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to utter close to those words.
Yes, I agree.
Correct. Let alone
Very
just like, and then you
strange.
should see the video too. Like,
No,
he goes from like
I'm
shirted in the confessional to like
okay.
flexing.
I'm
and-
good. I'm good. Oh my dear
Which
God.
is like essentially like I'm not hating on them because they had to do it to be on the show, but like, wow, Love Island got to rethink it through. I've edited videos better than I've seen.
I just think it's like
transition.
if you have a full production in a television show, like current day, like right now, 2023, why are you making videos like TikTok just started?
Want to see another one?
Yeah.
No.
I do. I
Wait.
really do.
I'm gonna click on a random one. What does this guy say?
I'm Leonardo. I'm 21. I'm usually a salesman, but inside the villa, I'm gonna be the Spanish poppy.
All right, shut that off. Shut that off. It's just crazy. Like, you couldn't have got more creative.
I just don't understand how they can't be both. Like, you can't be like a salesman and then go into the villa and like still be a salesman and the Spanish poppy.
Yeah, like why do you have like if you go into the villa, you're still a microbiologist at the end of the day.
Really? Good way to break it down, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Don't lose yourself in the villa. Stay yourself. Stay true to yourself.
Anyone who's switching up how they act in the villa, and never mind, I just don't actually care enough to finish my sentence. Anyways, funniest stories that have never gone explained now that that was our little pop culture segment.
Don't say that, ew.
Can I have water?
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, I'll kick us off. Funny stories that we never explained that were on the internet, off the internet, whatever. Should I go?
Well, I mean, you said I'm gonna kick
you were
us
taking a
off.
sip of the drinks. I didn't want to start
That's
without
not
you.
stopping you from
Anyway,
doing anything.
Let's talk about your What are you doing?
Sorry, my stomach was growling, and I thought you could hear it in the mic, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's embarrassing." But go ahead,
Matt. What
Dude,
about
put the mic down? Speaking of the mic, it's all up in your grill. Like, move it a little.
Well, I want to make sure, like,
Okay, whatever.
Matt, do you remember your safety pin dilemma?
All too well. I feel like dilemma is the wrong word.
Definitely the wrong word. Anyway, one day we went out and Matt took a safety pin and put it on his shirt.
No.
Go ahead.
No.
Someone explain
Okay,
it.
so we were with friends going to the fair, and we let go of your mic. Let it do its job. We were going to the fair, and one of our friends had an outfit that was held together by some safety pins, and so they needed to
So they took one off,
and they were like, I might need it again. So hold this for me. And I didn't want to put it in my pocket because then it's going to get lost in the pocket. You
Or
know what
stab
I mean?
you.
Or anything like that. I don't
So-
usually put things in my pocket and worry for them being lost. Do you?
I agree.
Well,
I
like
put
when
things
it's
in my
small like that, see, here's the thing. When it's small like that, I was going to put it in the pocket with my wallet in it. And if I went to take my wallet out to buy like, okay,
fried dough or something, it would fall
Whatever.
out
Anyway,
with my
Matt
wallet.
put the safety
So I-
pin on his shirt and we were walking around and a
whoa,
photo.
whoa. Someone took a photo and we posted the photos that day, and Matt posted it with a
Yeah, Chris, you're running. You're sprinting.
I'm not
It's
sprinting.
fine. Look.
So
you
I
asked
put
him to tell his story, and then you're like, just
Oh my
breathe.
God.
So I put the safety pin on my shirt because I didn't want to lose it from in my pocket. And then obviously we're out and about. We're taking pictures. It's a fun night. So
yeah.
So me and Chris, I think it's a
It's like
picture
the villa at Love Island.
Stop.
Okay.
I think it's a picture of me and Chris, but me and Chris took a picture, and then somebody posted the picture of me and Chris.
How are you saying picture right now?
You always say this. Picture.
Okay.
We took a picture. Is that good?
Well, it's not. You were saying.
You were
we
saying
took
like
a picture
the big
and I had
jug
and I
at
had
dinners.
the safety pin on my shirt. I had like the fucking
Shut up.
I had the safety pin on my shirt. And then I'm scrolling through TikTok like a week, or not even like a week later. This was like a month later. Like somebody
Time had passed.
Somebody refound the picture.
Hold
And
on.
they were like, I just realized Matthew Sturniolo had a safety pin on his shirt. And I'm like, okay, I did. What does that mean?
Cool.
So I go to the comments and I'm like, it's like, oh my God, he's so awesome. Thank you. Oh my God, wow, so cool. Oh my God, I know he's such like he's a charmer. Like all this like crazy shit.
That one
And
made
I'm
me
like-
almost throw up in my
Yeah,
mouth.
and I'm like, what did I do? The first step was like, I don't know why I'm getting all this praise and all these compliments. So I looked it up, and Nick, did you look it
So,
up?
like, I'm just confused because, like, there's so many different meanings. Like, when you look up safety pin on closed meaning, so, like, essentially it just says, like, safety pin. I don't know who saw you with the safety pin and then either Googled this or prior knew this information about, like, what it means, but there's so many meanings that, like, I'm so confused how they did that.
Well,
Because it says,
the meaning
well,
that
hold on, let me just read them all.
from my memory, from what I remember.
I could just read them all.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
It says the safety pin subsequently has become an image associated with punk rock media and popular culture outlets. So it's not that one. But then it says there's the safety pin in the LGBTQ plus community, which means signifying that they are linked, willing to stand up for the vulnerable. And then there's another one
sure.
that says you're a safe person to talk to about your trauma, feelings, and anything. Really, just that you're a safe person for others to vent to. And it says, what does it mean to wear a safety pin on TikTok? So, like, essentially,
Okay,
it's like
so-
a TikTok thing.
So those last two, I guess.
I don't know who made this up.
So those
I
last.
honestly feel like they made it up.
I don't know, but I see that, and those second two, like, yes, I do stand for those things. I want to be open about my mental health. I want to be like somebody that people can look for if they're having a hard time.
Sorry, I'm laughing.
No, yeah,
I gotta say something really quick.
Go ahead.
I feel like something like that shouldn't have multiple meanings.
I agree.
Because I'm
It
like,
shouldn't
if
be
I have
punk
like
rock,
a ton of safety pins on, right, and you came up to me and you're like, oh my God, like the
And you just start
LGBTQ
venting.
one, right? You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
you're
like
like-
I relate. I'm like, nah, bro, I just fuck with punk rock. Yeah,
Like,
or
it
like if
shouldn't-
you're like,
I
you want
agree.
people to vent to
'Cause
you,
I'm
and they
just
come
not-
up to you, and like imagine if someone went up to Matt was like, yo, like you fuck with Metallica, and he's like,
No,
no,
I
I'm like,
don't.
Like you need
Yeah.
to sort it
But
out.
no, like,
why does one thing have numerous meanings? Like that? 'Cause
Obviously-
it's like if someone came up to me like trying to get all
I
emotional,
agree.
I'm like, bro, I just fuck with punk rock. Like,
Yeah,
why would
I
it?
fully agree.
I don't know. I was just laughing
But like,
thinking of
yeah,
that.
like I stand for all this stuff that the other two mean. I'm not a big punk rocker, but I do stand for like being an ally to the LGBTQ community.
But I think that it
and I
means that
do-
you're like a part. That's
I'm
what
not,
I thought I
though.
read. I know you're not, but that's what I'm saying. Google.
Why do
it.
you- like? So I guess the third one is the best option, but like I am
Not the best option.
the
The
only
only
option.
option. You're not gay. And you don't listen to Metallica. Like,
That's true.
It's the only
That's true.
option.
So the third one is what everybody thought that was that I was doing.
The
and
irony
I
of the
wanna
situation was because Matt had this safety pin on for
for
zero reason at
but
all.
the meaning behind it is true. I stand for all of that stuff. But if somebody came up to me that night asking me my favorite Metallica song, asking my sexuality, or started venting to me, I would have been very confused and would
Legit.
not have known what to do. Or
I would have
what it
thought
meant.
someone was crazy if they started talking to you and was like, "Oh, like the safety
Imagine
pin."
they
Like,
just
did like a combination.
I
of
would have
both.
found about
like,
that
hey,
right
like,
down.
can I talk to you? And I love punk rock.
Yeah, if somebody
Yeah,
that wanted to
dude,
talk
dude.
to me is gay and loves Metallica.
That would have been the
I would've been like,
craziest
I
encounter ever.
don't know what to
we
tell
just,
you.
dude, because we saw that and Matt said to me and he goes, "Why are they losing
like,
it
do
that
we
I have a
even, like-
safety pin on?"
I
I
just
just didn't know what to do because like it then faded out, like it died out after like a month.
But then Chris
And
wore
then
the
there was,
safety
like-
pin necklace
There was like
on tour.
many revivals because you were wearing it for punk rock, I assume. when it came to tour.
I didn't really select a genre. I just wore it.
You just wanted to wear
So
it.
yes, you guys, we're all LGBTQ allies, and we're
I
all,
thought you were gonna say we're all LGBTQ. I was like, no, we're not.
we're all allies. Nick is part, and we
Yes, Nick.
and we
I
are
just almost did the Wakanda. Like, I was like,
Okay.
what is that?
and we all are like cool with mental health and that type of stuff and what.
But
and
someone
whatever.
could truly vent to me if they really
I
felt
agree.
needed.
I agree.
And fuck it, I'll listen to Metallica.
Literally.
And if I have to, I'll listen to Metallica. and
But
let
yeah,
y'all know.
that was the safety pin story, and I think it's
just
fucking
so
hilarious.
funny that like we had no idea, and there's like I
And
think
no,
like,
it was an uproar. Like our whole.
I
feel like
know.
First one I
everyone
saw
saw
had
it.
500,000 likes.
And
no, and
it
then
was
it died
insane.
down like a month later, and then there was like some revival.
No, but
of the-
low key, the amount of like
safety pin.
followers and comments and likes and all this, like my engagement was fucking up because I had this safety pin and I was very confused by it. But obviously, I do stand for all that stuff, and I guess the
It's
praise
just
for standing
wild,
for that
but-
stuff
That's
is
like one of my
awesome.
favorite things that like was it without because that one doesn't really fit our topic of funny stories that never got like
Yeah, it
on
does.
the internet. But
It's
like
fits-
halfway on
It
the
definitely
internet.
does.
no, it got like quarter. Like they saw
like
an
halfway.
outside
Yeah.
perspective of it.
Yeah, they don't know the
But,
like.
oh
the
my
true
god, that's
story
like
behind it.
that was the funniest shit ever.
That's just hilarious.
Because I just seen the edits and having Matt know zero prior knowledge of that was
Yeah.
just fucking hilarious.
I did start wearing one after a
fuck
while.
it.
I was like, that shit's funny.
I know you're a metalhead, bro. You love that punk rock. You have to have it on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, next. What's our next funny story?
you have the fucking paper.
Yeah, literally right in front of us.
Okay, let's tell them about when we went to San Diego that one time.
I feel like who was the main?
It was me,
It
bro.
was me and you. I think.
I was the culprit
Okay, me
there.
and Chris posted a vlog, and we were in San Diego a while ago, and it's something that wasn't in the vlog, but we knew like we wanted to talk about, but we were like, we need to tell this whole story because it's fucking
I'm
hilarious.
pretty
so
sure we did
funny.
vlog it a little bit. We just didn't want to get in trouble and post it because of the what
because we were
occurred.
still in San Diego.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, when we got to San Diego, we checked into our hotel, and Laura was like, I don't know if you guys know, but like obviously she not rephrase. We were at our hotel was on the beach, so Laura was like, oh, I don't know if you guys know, but like on the beach, there's like public fire pits. Like if you buy the stuff for the fire pit, or like if you guys want to have a fire, you can. There's like fire pits
and they
that
had like a
anyone can
gift
use.
shop with s'more stuff and all
Yeah,
the jazz.
so we went outside a couple times and saw like a bunch of different families outside at the fire pits. We're like, we're definitely gonna do this. Like it became something that was on our list of shit to achieve while in San Diego. So we went to the gift shop and they sold like bundles of stuff, and it was like a lighter to start the fire. No,
yes, it was. It was
Oh.
Okay, it was a fire making kit thing, and it was like two things that you can like put lighter fluid on, light, and then put down, and it just makes a big fire. You put some logs in it and shit. And then, but it also came with, like a lighter and stuff. But they had these cheap lighters, and everyone was buying them that would go to the fire pit. So when we went over to the fire pit with our fire making equipment, there was like a ton of like those old lighters laying around because people would use them, and they were like cheap. Like it was like $1 lighter. And people would use them to make their fire and then like leave them there. So there's a ton extra. But Nick goes up to me and he goes, I'm going to put like the lighter in the fire. And Matt was like, no, you shouldn't do it, whatever, blah, blah, telling
I
him.
literally, both of them are talking about how they want to put this lighter in the fire, and I went up to both of them and I said, you guys are both stupid. That is the equivalent of making a bomb. And then I walked away, and then I was about 3 feet away from the fire the whole time. Continue. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then, so then Nick was like, I want to put it in, but I'm too scared to do it.
Holy shit.
I wasn't afraid. I was just more of like thinking like Matt was gonna yell at me. Like I was like, I'll do this, but like actually no, I was deeply afraid. There was
But
definitely
anyway,
some
I
fear.
took the lighter and I put it in the fire, and I wasn't expecting anything out of it. I
Well,
thought,
nothing did happen for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And we were just standing there. We were just
I was like, a
standing around the
little
fire.
lighter, it can't really do
And I
it.
said,
it was also
you
one of-
guys are dumb. You guys are stupid.
But it was also one of the lighters that was like already around the fire that had been like drained of most of its lighter fluid. Like it wasn't even really lighting super well. So I was like, there's no way something
Okay,
happens.
so
Like, this thing's empty.
Fast forward the story a little bit. About like 2 minutes pass,
and we're all like leaning over this fire
everyone's
pit.
standing near the fire except for me. I was already like 4 feet away because I knew that they were stupid, and I was telling them not to do it. And then Chris goes, "What is that sound?" And it
I
just
hear
was
like a whistle, like a faint whistling noise.
Don't
No,
do that.
Not even
It
close.
was like a high pitch like a high pitch like.
and I thought it was
ringing.
like something above. Like I thought it was like a bird, a plane.
I think I remember.
Is it a bird?
Is it Superman? No. I regretted that the second it
Yeah,
came out.
go ahead.
I was like,
What's up?
you're that. It's just I had to finish it.
Go ahead.
I remember looking into the fire and seeing the lighter, and it was the size of a fucking balloon. Like the plastic had expanded, and I saw it, and I didn't register in my head, run the fuck away. I was looking at it amazed, expanding for about 30 seconds. And I was just looking at it.
30 seconds is insane.
Like,
oh, no.
Yeah, I was watching it expand for
All right,
30
so
seconds.
the second I heard that whistling sound, I knew bad was to come. And I turned around and ran the other way.
So
Because I remember,
listen, the fireplace wall they're like public fireplaces, so everything is like a stone walls. It's 4 stone walls, and there's like 30 of them all the way down the beach. So it's literally like a brick wall that's about 2 feet tall, all 4 around, and then the fire goes in the middle of the brick wall. When this gets done, I'll keep going. Bless you. Now stop. So when we were like standing next to the brick wall, some people had their feet. Holy fuck. Anyway, some people had their feet on this brick wall, and then Chris hears the whistle, and he's like, "Holy, Nick, this is insane! Like actually insane. If you have to get up and walk out for a minute while I finish this, please do that." Dude. So the fire explodes, and it goes up the brick walls and straight out about like 4 feet. So they're all running to the beach. And it was like, the second I heard the whistling noise, oh my God, shut the fuck up. The second I heard the whistling noise, I knew I had to get out of there.
Yeah.
So I'm sprinting the other direction, and fucking, I just see like flames surround me, and there's like little embers of wood flying past my face. And like, I look to the left to see Nick, and then I look
fully submerged.
I look to the right, and I don't even, I looked to my left, and
Nick's in an orange cloud.
Nick in, like,
I
an
literally
orange
remember
cloud of dust.
my eyes were open, and I was standing there, and the lighter exploded. And I remember just looking at the fire, and it was like a good distance away from me.
Yep.
And a second later, my eyes were still open, and I was surrounded by orange. Like, I was in the fucking fire. It was unreal.
So,
I felt like a superhero.
Nobody got hurt, but it was like a
I don't know how I'm not blind.
Dude,
I saw fire. There was fire in my eyes.
I literally turned around and sprinted away, and there was just fire submerging my whole body. And I was a good distance. Like, I was like,
oh, I didn't move
dude,
an inch. I was right in front.
I was like 10 feet away, running the opposite direction. Because since you're on the beach too, I was running toward the water. Because I thought for sure I was on fire. Like, I was like, I'm gonna have to jump in and fucking put myself out.
It was too funny.
And I literally checked for my eyebrows.
I literally
after,
just
like,
watched it happen. Like the whole thing. I just watched it happen.
It was one of the craziest fucking things that. What are you doing?
Checking my nose. I'm on camera.
Camera at all or no?
No, I have a video of like the moment after, but it's not really that funny. Like, it's
Oh
just
my
kind of like our
God.
laughter and shock.
But we wanted to put in the video and explain what happened. But we were like, we can't get in trouble because,
bro, and like just the noise. I don't know. Yeah, it was
it
crazy.
was like, boom!
Oh my! We were right near like actual people like staying at
No,
this
it was
hotel
crazy.
and shit.
But it was
All
fun.
right, speaking of fire stories, we're gonna go
Oh.
right on to the next one. And yes, we're not gonna bore you with our house fire
Dude,
story
why
again.
does
This is a
why
different
does like
one.
everything we do involve fire? I
I have
swear
no
to God.
idea. Well, I mean, we
All right.
throw lighters into fire pits.
So
and
for
stuff.
those,
That's
so,
it.
yeah.
For those of you guys that don't know, we film car videos in random parking lots.
Oh my
at
God,
about-
this is so funny.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
It's just crazy. Like I just remember.
Stop
what you were
talking, Nick.
about. Oh,
So for those of you guys that don't know, we film car videos in random parking lots throughout all the fucking places we go. And we were parked in a parking lot at about like 2 to 3 in the morning because we always go late at night because we don't want to get ran
that's
up
not
on.
true.
It's true. I don't know why Nick. I'm trying to like tell people when and where we are. I don't care. What are they gonna do?
Go there.
Okay, so we always go to these parking lots at like random hours throughout the day and all that type of stuff. And and we just were chilling in the parking lot filming a car video how we normally do, and I will
Me
let
and the Sturniolo brothers.
I'm gonna let Nick take the rest of this story because he has.
It was me first who saw it, right?
No.
It was you, Nick.
It was Nick. Whatever.
Go ahead, Nick.
No, but we were in the car, and I remember that we were like, I forget what we were filming because the subject
Yeah.
completely
Well,
changed.
dude, I remember.
Go ahead. Okay. We were sitting there. I was in the middle of the sentence, and I kind of just like was talking, joking, being myself. And I looked up, and I remember seeing flames. No, I saw the guy.
You saw the guy.
I saw this guy, and I was like,
I saw the guy.
I saw this guy, and I was like, suspicious activity. My radar was on immediately. I was
Yeah.
like, something crazy's going
And
on.
it's crazy because like you do that a lot in our actual videos, and people see you like react
People
to.
think that I'm
But
superhero.
but no, it is for a reason. Like most
no,
of the
I can
time,
tell when something crazy is about to
Yeah.
happen. I don't know why. People think that I have like the sixth sense of something going on. But I saw this guy, and something was just so out of place for me that it wasn't usually someone like walking by during a car video. Because like he had gotten out of his car, and he was like next to a truck, and he was the driver of the truck a minute ago. So I was like super weird because he got out and like left his doors open, and I was looking and I wasn't gonna say anything. And then I saw him kind of like going like in a weird motion, like throwing one arm forward and the other arm back. Like it was like a weird chainsaw starting thing, but there was nothing in his hands. And then I saw sparks. So that's when I was like, oh my God, that guy's setting his car on fire.
and then that's when me and Matt
So
looked up.
I was
Nick
in shock.
Nick starts screaming. He's like, "Is this dude
Setting
on...
his
no,
car
you said
fire?
is he? I think you said is he on fire?
Oh, yeah, because I thought he
Because
ran out of his car because
it
he was like
looked like-
smoking or something and dropped fire on him. Because since he was like doing a weird
It
action,
looked
I
like
thought he was trying to put
it looked like
himself
he was
out.
trying to put his get his sleeve off of fire. Like it looked like his
Yeah.
sleeve was on fire, and he's like shaking his sleeve to get it out.
So then I saw him continuing to go, and then I realized after I thought he was on fire that he was creating more of it, and then he put it into the driver. I don't know, like I'm saying put it in, like as if it's not fucking flames.
no, I
but
think it was like a newspaper.
he
or something.
genuinely put something on fire in the front of his car,
shut the door.
shut the door, and started to walk away. So I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like,
Yeah.
who lights their car on fire? So I immediately was like,
It's crazy because all our reactions are caught in real time.
yeah, because we were filming already.
And
so
we were just so fucking.
So I was looking, and I
confused,
remember
too.
thinking, like, my initial thought process was car, fire, engine.
Boom.
And then I was like, oh my God, it's going to fucking explode.
Correct.
Like, I was like, that car is going to take us out. So I was like, one, we need to call the police because that car is going to explode.
Well, no, here's the thing. I really hate calling the police unless it's like a true dead emergency.
Yeah.
But we didn't know if there was like people like in the fucking car.
But I also wanted to be known, like,
like-
I wasn't trying to like call the police to be like, oh, that guy needs to go to jail. It was more of just like, if this car explodes, there is serious danger for everyone.
Also,
around.
like nobody's fucking on purposely putting a vehicle
yeah, so
on fire
I
unless
immediately was
there's
like,
something.
okay, I'm going to have to call the police, but first, let's get the fuck out of here as well for if the car does explode. So I told Matt, I'm like, you need to start driving away. And Matt started driving away while I called the police. I was like, hey, I'm in a parking lot, and this guy just set his car on fire. Put it out. And then now it's your turn. But then they started to like come over, essentially. And then me and Chris found like a safe spot to still kind of engage because like I was curious.
And we wanted to record.
Yeah. So then the police and the fire department came, and the car at this point was fully engulfed in flames. It was setting a
It
tree
did
next to it
explode.
on fire. It did explode like
no, it was
twice.
like it was
really
on
loud.
Fire. It was like on
bangs.
fire for a little bit, and then after a while, it just blew up. Like like the engine or
Yeah,
something.
like fully exploded.
Fully, like I think you got a really good video.
I
of it.
do have a great video of it.
Yeah, but then we were, no, we were in shock that it happened, and then we told the police and everything, and then we told our dad when we got home, and then he was like, oh, I want to like go see if it's still there, and this was like the next day, so we just drove by.
I
and-
went with Dad in the morning, and the
yeah,
car
and
was
the
gone.
car was gone, but there was like glass and shit everywhere, and they had like sawed the engine out after they put it off fire so that the engine didn't explode more. But there was definitely like a couple.
But then, like the
bangs.
tree that he was parked under, like the branches and shit were like black and all shit.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
really scary. But then we what's it called?
But no, definitely
Yeah, basically I gave the police my information because I was the one who called the police. And then they were like, oh, don't post anything about it. Because I told them that we're YouTubers, like why we were in the parking lot late at night. Because I was like, we're already in a sketchy position. You know what I mean? Like when we go out and film, we look sketchy because we're filming videos in like the middle of the night in a parking lot. So people always just assume. So I was like explaining what we were doing. And I was like, oh, I have it on video or whatever. And then the detective, I'm pretty sure, I was like, hey, can we post it still? Because I was like, this is really good content. Like a car exploded. And then they never said no, but they never said yes.
So
I was
fuck it,
like,
we
okay,
ball.
let's let this situation happen. You know what I mean? Like, let's give them time to figure it out. And it's been months and months and months. So I figured now is like a good time to talk about it because there's.
I feel like I
there's no
still
way
don't
something.
feel comfortable like posting the actual video. Maybe like eventually in the future.
Yeah.
But talking about it right now, like I just don't want to get fucking. I don't know.
Nothing can happen to us.
But they didn't
So I
say
look at it.
no. The
They just-
detective, I remember literally asking, "Can we post the video?" He goes, "I can't tell you no, but I'd advise against it."
My
But
thing is,
You
dude,
can't tell us no. That's
my
all
thing,
I
if I
heard.
went up to a cop and just started recording him, I could
My
post
thought is,
whatever.
what if we were
Exactly.
live? What if we were live already?
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, what if we filmed our videos live? And it's like this happened.
No, we
in
can
real life,
100%
like-
post it.
Maybe it's because
Yeah, it's like, who are you?
maybe it's because
yeah.
there
Yeah.
was like a Boston car lighter fire guy, and they tried to find him, and they didn't want us to expose him.
Well, we're posting it. I think we post it.
Maybe
We'll figure
eventually.
it out. But we already told the story, so
Yeah,
that part's
maybe if
over.
they really want it, they can.
But bro, it was
have
just insane because I remember my first thought was like, "Damn, we have to film again." after
Craziest
the
car
detective-
video we've ever filmed.
Yeah,
for sure.
literally full explosions going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it
the
like
car
it
video
was
is not
yesterday.
as like crazy.
It doesn't look
Like
as
it is pretty
but-
crazy, but like
I think-
we left immediately, so it was kind of.
I
like,
also
just,
think
like,
the car video itself was one of those ones where like we weren't gonna finish and post because I wasn't really feeling it. Because I remember like when the car was on fire, I was like laying down in my seat. Like I didn't initially see the fire, so I was like, we were just bored as shit in the car and happened
We
to
have
be
better
recording.
videos on our phone after than we do like the car video.
yeah,
shit.
but it was pretty wild.
That was one of the fucking funniest moments in a car video. That just
I'm breaking shit.
no another funny car video moment we never posted was recently, Nick, when I called
Oh my god,
Nick loved this one. Loves
because
it.
I think that we could have posted it, but like I don't know if there's anyone out there that's like really obsessed with Paul Revere.
Yeah.
Do you remember the video which one was it?
I don't know.
I forget, but in one of our car videos we were talking about something.
We were talking about.
I don't know
We're-
how
I
we
don't
get
know
to
how-
half the shit we get to.
I don't either.
I
But-
watch it back sometimes. I'm just truly amazed how we
But
start a video and how it ends.
we got to Paul Revere and how he like.
I called him a pussy.
Yeah.
I said he's a little bitch.
No, because
Because-
essentially like we were.
I called Paul Revere a little bitch, and then we got all scared to put it in because like we didn't know if I didn't know
Yeah,
what
we
the
didn't
fuck
know
Paul
like
Revere
if
did.
like what the consequences would be if Chris were to call Paul Revere pussy.
Go
You know
ahead.
what I mean?
Go ahead
But-
and say the backstory on why
Yeah,
you did that.
I did it because we were talking. I think we were talking about like credit and credit where it's due.
Yeah,
And I was basically saying like Paul Revere. Everybody knows Paul Revere.
Ooh.
Tough guy. Whatever.
yeah,
His horse put in equivalent amount of work,
most of
maybe more.
most of.
Yes. And
Well, what was happening? Was he looking for lanterns?
I don't know, bro.
Well, no, he was going to tell the people the British were coming,
I think.
essentially. But it was like 1 by sea, 2 by feet.
I don't know like the
But anyway,
little poems.
there was someone who took the initial trek to meet Paul Revere. I'm pretty sure some dude traveled miles and miles and miles, and then he just took the last like 300 feet of this little trot, and now he gets all the credit, and we don't know shit
Paul
about.
Revere gets all the credit for going on this long
And
horse
he
ride
really
telling
ain't
people
do
the British
shit.
are coming. But the dude that went from the first place to Paul Revere is the person that did more
Bro, if I
trekking
get
than-
canceled for calling Paul Revere a little bitch, then
fuck it.
so help me God.
So the
cancel
signal
me.
was arranged just days before. 1 lantern if British troops were to march out of Boston by land, and 2 if they were to depart by boats across the river. Revere himself was not waiting for this signal. He arranged the signal because it would be the fastest and most reliable way to send warning outside of Boston.
Oh, so he like set it up for the person to go on the trek.
Oh, he was the mastermind of it all. Then I take it back.
but hold on.
See, I don't know. I really
don't
it all
know.
gets hairy. You know what I
It
mean?
does.
Because like,
Also, can I say something?
yeah.
I always think like sometimes I'm not one to shy away from like exaggerating a story just for like fun.
Exaggerate.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like if I give me an example.
I don't know.
What am I doing? Give me
You
like,
just ate
something.
breakfast.
Okay, like if I ate breakfast and like there was like a bug on
Your
My-
pancake.
a pancake, and I was telling someone the story and like I had to make it a little bit more engaging, I'd talk about how long I waited for the pancake. I'd say there was like 3 bugs on the pancake. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like I'm one to like I'm not one who's gonna shy away from throwing a little pizzazz, even though everything I say is 100% true. There's just some things in the way you tell it will be more engaging. I want to know how many things hit the history books as fact
or
from
exaggeration.
someone exaggerating. Like, what if someone who's like exaggerates was just like, oh, this, and this happened. It was crazy. And then like, they added to it. And then it hit the history books. And like now we think of it as like, oh my God, that's insane. Like, no way that happened. But like,
Yeah,
it definitely
yeah,
happened. But
yeah.
it could have been like a little nudge
I see
for
it.
fun.
I honestly, it's like a book at this point. Like when you make a book, like if you have your idea, you want to create it in the most like like storytelling way so that people are engaged. You know what I mean? They're not going to tell you the boring shit about Paul.
Of course, that's why movies are entertaining.
You know what I
and shit
mean?
like that.
Exactly.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Next topic.
There are a few things Henry Wadsworth
Never mind.
Longfellow glossed
What?
over. Namely, that Revere wasn't alone on his famous ride when he warned American patriots that the British troops were on the move this night in 1776. A more accurate title would have been The Midnight Ride of Paul Revere, Williams Dawes, and Samuel Prescott.
So they took
Who's
Sam.
knocking?
That was Chris.
That was
Okay.
me tapping
Tapping an
approval.
agreement.
Yes, correct.
So they took Sam's credit.
We need to do a whole deep dive on what the fuck was going on with
Nick,
Paul Revere.
honestly, what I'm saying is we're from Boston. I say next time we go home, we just go to the fucking trail.
Low key.
Did Paul Revere ride by himself? Revere was captured by patrolling British regulars in Lincoln just past Lexington and never arrived in Concord. Revere did
No
not
way.
ride alone that night. He was one of the 2 riders to leave Boston and one of the many messengers
So
to spread
why
the
do
alarm. I think he just put the lanterns up with like a group of 50 people. He got caught. He did this. But, like, he must have just been like it was a group consensus. You know what I mean? Like the same way we film videos together and like I'll edit it. Like, I don't want all the credit. Like, we do it all together. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If someone, I think it was like Paul Revere and like 50 other people were like 1 if by land, 2 if by boat. And we were like,
Paul's over here just tipping his cap, and it's like, dude,
yeah, it's like, I also no hate to Paul Revere himself.
Paul
'Cause I don't
Revere's
think he was
taking
like,
all
oh,
the
I
credit.
want the spotlight. I think it's easier for the history books to cut out everyone else that was
They
involved.
gave him all the credit because it's just easy to know Paul Revere than it is to know 50 names of
Yeah,
people.
Paul Revere, Sam Adams, blah, 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 blah.
Sam
But,
Adams,
like,
that's the beer, is it not?
that's not, is that all my phone just said?
No,
I don't think it was.
it's not.
Maybe now he has the beer because Paul Revere got the credit.
Oh my god.
Who knows?
But no, essentially what I'm
Oh my
saying
God.
is
That's enough, Nick.
Paul Revere, like, you know what I mean?
We get it.
Like, that's what I'm talking about when it comes to exaggeration in history books. Like, what if they're like, oh, like, let's just add some pizzazz, act like Paul Revere was a standalone guy.
On to the next topic. Here
But
we go.
no, I need to know about this because I'm not going to. Also, don't take anything I just said for 100% fact. I was Googling shit the
Yes.
whole time. But
Is
you
it-
know what I mean? Like,
Go ahead, Chris.
Nick, you weren't there when we because you got back late to back
ask
when
me a fucking
no
question.
back when we were in Boston. Were you in Boston when me and Matt had our little accident?
What
Hey, guys.
the fuck are you saying?
Guys,
We got
we're-
hit by
Chris just did a really terrible job at
Oh!
switching the.
I was
No,
not.
Matt,
I
shut up.
was
I'm just
not.
asking Nick before I get into full detail.
I was not.
You weren't?
I was in LA on a
Dude,
plane.
me and Matt went back home to Boston this last trip, and we went to see Nathan, and we were with Nathan. We picked him up, and we went to get ice cream. And Matt was like, oh, let's go get ice cream. And then we got in the
No,
car.
that was how it went down.
Yes, exactly
Oh my
like that.
god.
So then me and Matt got in the car with Nathan. Trevor was with us, and we drove to our ice cream spot, and we're on this fucking road. What, Nick?
I just feel like you're lacking context.
No, I'm not.
He really just like the way you switch it
Go
from
ahead.
Paul Revere to talking about this really confused me. Anyway,
Okay, let's take a moment of silence to begin the next topic.
I'm gonna start this next topic by saying I got into
It's not silence.
I got into my first car accident.
I feel like the Boston Tea
Ah.
Party should have been more of like the Tea
Can you shut up?
Palooza. Like,
Anyway,
Oh, I love that. That
feel-
sounds like a
stop,
RuPaul's
stop.
Drag Race
Well,
channel.
no, I feel like parties just like not really what happened.
It was more of a like it was like a
where?
little
What
chaos.
topic do you guys want to talk
Well,
about?
we were talking about Paul Revere and shit, and I'm like, the Tea Party. It should have
have an
been
idea,
more
I
of
have an
like.
idea.
I feel like
I have
they're
a good idea.
curious.
It
I
should have
think-
been like the great tea event.
Chris, I think we should film a video doing like a history lesson, but dressed up as the characters, like with the wig and the hat.
I'm
I'm
with
not
it.
doing that.
I'm down.
Anyway,
I'm so
I'm
down.
so
Like, I
down.
want to be dressed up this time here.
okay. So
I don't know. I feel like
while we were back
Wait,
home
can I
last time
say
we were in
something, Matt?
Boston,
I really wish I went
went
back
back
to
to
school like with the mindset I do now because I'm genuinely
Can
curious
I tell you, I
about
had
a
more
lot.
fun learning shit in like 2nd and 3rd grade than I did in like high school.
correct.
It's like they tell you the wrong stories at the wrong time.
100%
Like I would have
agree.
like much rather learned about like also fun fact, if you I learned my times tables in 3rd grade. I knew everything. You could have been like 9 times 4, 7 times 8. Like anything before like the number 15, I was telling you that answer memory. Then I had the worst 4th grade teacher. No hate, but she did not like the teacher did not enforce my learning of the times tables and didn't teach us more. So by the time I was done with 4th grade, not only did I learn nothing new, but I lost all my memory from 3rd
What's
grade.
your favorite like school hack you ever learned? Like, do you ever have like a
So
little
hold
hack?
on, should we cut out the part where we started talking
Shut
about the
up,
car
you
accident
idiot.
and then
Shut
just
up, Max.
like
Listen,
I just
Nick,
get there.
Okay.
Nick, check this out. You're about to be mind blown. Isn't it like
No, I know.
9 times 2
boring.
is
Everyone knew this.
wait,
You use your 10
18.
fingers, and if you have like 9,
9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36.
yep.
9 times 5 is
45.
45. 9 times
this is stupid.
Dude, no, it's not. That's my favorite school hack I ever learned.
That's like the only fucking one.
No, there's
Okay,
gotta
Matt,
be
go
more
ahead.
school
Tell
hacks.
us about your friend.
All right, so I only started talking about this because Chris started talking
No,
about
it's
it.
okay.
That's all I want to say.
You did poorly transition us, but go ahead, Matt.
So while we were back home in Boston, I got into my first ever car accident after having my license for I think like 2.5 years now, and it wasn't my fault. I'm going to start with that. I seriously,
Now, was it or was it not?
it wasn't.
Okay.
So we were at Nate's house, and I was like, I want to go get ice cream. Let's go get ice cream.
Told you
So-
that's how it went down.
That's
So
crazy.
me, Chris, and Nate got into the car. We had Trevor with us because my dad was at work. So we brought him to Nathan's house with us. So we were going to the ice cream place, and I'm sitting there at a red light. And it's like 9 o'clock at night. There's nobody else on the road. It's just me at this red light for about 8 seconds, and there's 4 lanes to my right. So I'm in the first lane, and then there's 4 lanes to my right.
So there's a lot of options.
There's a lot of lanes. I'm the only car there. Light is red. We're sitting at this red light for about 8 seconds, I think. Like, fully chilling. Chris is like, oh, Nate, what flavor ice cream are you going to get when we get there? Like, we are having a conversation, calm, at a red light. And then, all of a sudden, my car gets fucking slammed into from the back. And the whole...
Hey.
Oh my god.
Don't do that.
Okay.
And the car moved literally like 2 feet forward. And Chris goes, did we just get rear-ended?
That's the first thing I said because
First
That's
thing...
a good fucking question.
Thank you.
If I were to get rear-ended, my first question would definitely
No,
be.
Chris
did we just
literally
get
asked that out of shock that there were
I was
4
just in
lanes to the
pure
right.
shock that it was actually
no
a
one else on the
probability
road.
of happening. It's like 9:30 at night. The streets were dead. We were the only car on the road, and I get fucking sent
Thrown
into my
into the
glove
seat.
box. So I'm like,
If I were in the car that day,
I literally,
I
was in
fucking screamed at
I was
that
in
girl.
such shock that I literally had to ask, did we just get in a fucking
So
car?
I get
was
out of the-
I was mind blown.
I get out of the car. I pull over to the side of the road, and she pulls over to the side of the road. And I get out of the car, and I start walking over outside the car, and I take a look at my car. The bumper's hanging off, and I'm like, okay, that's unfortunate. But
This
it's
poor girl's hood was
I'm
in
like,
our
it's
trunk,
nothing that I
dude.
can't. It's nothing that I can't figure out. This girl's car went like under mine, so like her whole hood.
Undermine. Isn't that the motherfucker?
You're so fucking
Isn't he
annoying.
from The Incredibles?
Her
The
whole car
underminer.
went like under my fucking van. So her shit was fucked up completely. I'm talking to her, and she's more worried about petting my fucking dog in the car.
It's like, bitch,
than
you just hit
anything
our
else.
car. You don't deserve to touch Trevor.
And she's like freaking out. She's like, "Oh my god, what?" She's like, "There was a little puppy. I feel so bad. There was a little puppy." And I was like,
She
"Yeah."
was
She was
Should've
very
been- What was
fucking
her
drunk.
first words? Like when you like interacted.
I'm so sorry. My insurance is gonna pay for everything. First word that left her mouth.
What was your first words?
I know.
Yeah,
That
'cause I
was
was-
correct. I said, "Yeah, it is."
I
That-
literally would have started it with like as I'm getting out of the car, like before my car doors even shut, I would have been saying, "What the fuck is
No,
wrong
'cause I'm
with
like,
you?"
"Hey, Nick,
You
look,
gotta approach it
no,
open-minded.
Look, I
But genuinely, if there's that many open lanes and my car is
here, Nick.
at a standstill for 8
Obviously,
seconds,
here, Nick, I didn't know that she was absolutely hammered and drunk and should have a DUI right now. I didn't know that she was drunk.
I say we demand her to get a DUI.
Nick,
Listen,
dude, what are
I
you
didn't-
saying?
Can I speak?
Go
Let
ahead.
me speak. I didn't know that she
Like-
was. I didn't know that she was drunk. All I know is that I got rear-ended. So I always go the benefit of the doubt, and I give this person, okay, they fucked up, and I put myself in the shoes immediately, and I'm like, okay, if I were to rear-end someone, no matter how fucking stupid I am to do that, I at least don't want to be like screamed and yelled at, even though
and ridiculed.
should
It's like,
be.
yeah.
You are a
it's
better
just like
person than
it
me.
doesn't. The way that I look at it, if I get out of the car and start screaming at her, that doesn't help the fact that her engine's in my trunk. You know what I mean?
You're so right.
It's still at the end of the day, her fucking car
no,
is
but
fucked
she was
up.
definitely
My shit's
hammered
fine.
and should have been not on the road. But bro, I was like leaning
If
back.
Nathan wasn't in the car with
Trevor
us,
would be dust.
Trevor would be in the fucking radio,
Dude, gonzo.
sitting there.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Trevor's our dog. Did we say that?
I don't know.
people
Because
know.
now we're
but-
referring to him as
No, yeah.
Trevor. It's
Dude,
like
I
Trevor-
I literally had. Do you know when you have your seatbelt and you put it on and then put it like underneath your arms like that?
oh, you don't gotta. I gotcha.
Yeah, that's how my seatbelt was. And I was like leaning back really far back. And when we got in the car accident, my knees.
The
so,
Carnan accident.
Stop.
You just said it funny.
You did. Go ahead.
You did say it
Okay,
really
When we
go
got
good.
in the car accident, my knees slid into the glove box. Knees were killing me. Still
Yeah.
are. And then
No, my neck's been.
my fucking face starts flying toward the dashboard and like the windshield. I thought I was gonna. If I didn't have my seatbelt on, I would have been on the fucking.
Wear
road.
your seatbelts. It's important that you wear your seatbelts.
Yeah.
Because I will say, getting she was going like 30 miles per hour.
It made
straight.
me realize that how people can definitely
Die
die
in a car accident, for
Like
sure.
for sure, makes total sense.
I say we pitchfork and
But the van was still good
at
Okay.
City
for.
Hall till she gets a DUI.
Shut the fuck up.
But the van
anyway.
was still good for car videos and content and stuff. And shout out my mom and dad because they're gonna fix it while we're here, so that it's
but
good
no,
to go
when
when we get back.
my face was like fucking the dashboard's here, my face was here.
You
Yeah.
sniffed it. What did it smell like?
Literally was sniffing.
Did you smell it like in that moment?
But me, Nate,
no.
and Chris were all fine.
Like imagine you hit it and you're like, and you just got like
Dude,
a
she
sense.
was-
Anyway,
She was
then
hammered.
my seatbelt kicked
Puppy.
in.
Oh my god, puppy! I was like,
I would have hit her hand. Like,
That-
if you went to pet Trevor, I would have said
Okay.
no.
And then I see this dashboard, and then I get whipped back by my seatbelt, like it kicked in. And if someone
Kicked
put it in
in.
slow mo, it was just knees to the glove box, face sniff the dashboard, and then dude, like that. I was
I
flying
will
back.
say, okay,
Back still
this
hurts,
is-
neck still hurts.
all right. I want
knees are
your guys'
killing me.
opinion, and I want people to comment theirs opinion. Is my driving record still clean?
I mean,
I
no,
have
you
no
got fucking
idea.
annihilated.
Like I got into a car accident, but I got fully rear-ended at a red light, and not.
I
like,
think
it is
that still would
guaranteed
essentially make
not
your
my fault.
insurance like more.
Like, can I still say I have a clean driving record? Like, I've never.
I would say you can say like you personally have a clean driving record, but I would say like for insurance purposes, if you were to say like, oh, I have a perfectly clean driving record, they'd be like, oh, you don't need to pay that much insurance then because like you won't hit another car. But
The
that
insurance shit is
car,
settled.
but
Like, I
that
know-
car hitting you would mean that like your car has been in a.
I got the facts here. I'm quizzing you guys again. I got some facts.
Good. Whenever you want.
Apparently,
How
doesn't
many
have-
times?
How many times is it estimated that you will curse while you're driving in your lifetime?
Oh god, I beat the record. I beat the record for sure.
See, it depends who you are.
It does.
If you're me, it would be so high, but I can't drive.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
like, it's kind of like a. What if I'm like one day I take like the leave of absence from swearing?
It's
I'm like,
average.
I don't want to
Nick.
swear
Shut the
anymore.
fuck up.
Average, I gotta give like 15K, 15,000 swear words.
Lifetime.
Lifetime, 15,000 swear words.
365 days a
Well,
year.
I've seen people like count how many times we swear in a car video, and it's like usually 30.
Yeah, but that's
It's
like
just
a performance. You know what I mean? Like you're
Come on.
swearing and
okay, like 20K.
32,000 times in your whole life while
Wow.
driving a
Yeah.
car.
Okay, so my shit, I had to double mine. That's insane.
This one's
crazy.
wild. Isn't it wild that most car
you have to-
accidents
ooh, wait.
occur 3 miles
yeah.
within the person's house?
That was on my test.
I think it's because you get.
You want to know what's crazy? We were probably 3 miles from Nate's house because we had just
Wow.
left to get ice cream.
You want to know something also crazy? Hey, shut the fuck up. Put your finger down. What was I going to say? Oh, I think it's because you get too comfortable.
I honestly disagree. I think that
Well,
it's
that's why
more
they
just
say
like,
don't
I
take
think
off your
it's more-
seatbelt until your
I think
car's
it's
fully
more just
apart.
like no one's really taking that long of a drive. You know what I mean? Like if you're driving to your other friend's house, it might only be 3 miles away. So it's like most times people are driving, they're not like escaping that 3 mile limit. That like they'll get in a car accident.
I feel like what you just said is really stupid.
Okay, that might be true.
Because 3
But
miles,
also, what was I
3
gonna say?
miles isn't
Wait,
like.
also going back to the last one you just said about people swearing, you also have to account for the people that like they know they're about to get a car. Slow down. they know that they're about to get into a car accident, so they go like, fuck, 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 fuck. Like, their limit must be really high, you know?
I feel like you don't have that many times. Just like
Like, if I knew,
If you could say
if
fuck
the
10
girl
times,
who hit you knew you were sitting there for 8 seconds, if her brake wasn't working or something, and she knew she was gonna hit you,
her brake was working.
She
It probably isn't now, but
could
it
have said
should've
fuck.
worked.
we were fucking
Before
bumpers.
she hit
man.
you, if she knew for that whole 8 seconds she was gonna hit you, she could have said fuck a good 30
No,
times.
she was probably too worried about fucking drunk things, stupid things.
drunk thing.
Okay, listen. How crazy of a statistic would this be to have? It's terrible. The most accident-prone car.
Oh.
Imagine having that title. You gotta hate to see it.
Yeah, who's that to?
Like, imagine being the
Who
most
has that title?
accident-prone car.
Yikes.
You don't want that look.
No.
Who has that title?
Ford Fusion.
Ah.
But look out, was all those Ford Fusion users put them seatbelts on.
literally.
But that's crazy that there's like the most accident-prone car. Like,
Yeah, that is crazy.
What a terrible
Well,
statistic
that's
to have.
genuinely something that
What's
someone
the
at a
best?
car dealership.
I don't fucking know.
Search that up.
Probably like Tesla,
Ooh.
because your car like doesn't.
No, because I feel like you get too comfortable again. I feel like all these self-driving, lane keeping technologies, it's gonna fuck somebody up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most of the time,
I've seen that guy
most
with
of
the
the times
Tesla,
that
and
I-
his Tesla turns onto train tracks because it thinks it's a road.
see, dude, like, get fucked. You're dead.
Well, the train wasn't. He was like showing
Okay,
people, so it's not
obviously,
like-
duh.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still.
That's crazy.
Imagine you like fell asleep in your Tesla and it's self-driving. You wake up and you fucking open your
Have
eyes
you
and the
seen the
Polar
video?
Express is like fucking straight at
Have
you.
you seen the video of the guy and he's like, he had like his car's, what's the mode where like your car can just drive?
Self-drive.
Self-drive.
No. It's like you're on the
Comfort? I don't know.
highway. You're on the highway and you can be like, oh, I want to stay at this rate. You,
Oh,
like,
cruise control.
cruise control. Is
Yeah.
that a thing? What is
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Tell me
yeah.
about it. I need to know before I finish this.
I honestly don't
Tell
use
me
it,
about
so
it.
I don't really.
What is it?
It's like it's supposed to keep. It's kind of like you can take your foot off the gas a little bit, and then it keeps it going at like a steady rate.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
This
I don't
guy's
really use
not
it that
even
much.
in a self-driving car, I'm pretty sure, because it was a video from a while ago, and like I don't even think they existed
Like
yet.
it keeps it at like
and
a
he
steady.
was in cruise control on the highway
Fell asleep.
with like a blanket tied to the wheel and like in his hand, laying down fully. Like it just like
That's
Stupid
insane.
behavior.
That's insane.
Why don't we have guests in car videos, Nick?
we don't really have guests in car videos at all because of the fact that we always knew that we wanted to start a podcast. So we were like, that, or at least that's my answer.
Yeah.
Because I knew we were
I
going
have
to
a
start a
different answer,
podcast,
but-
and I was just like, why? If we're going to collaborate with people, we only film for 20 minutes. I want to make it be worth it. I want people to like gather stuff from them. I want people to gather stuff from
like
us.
what I want when we start filming podcasts with guests here, I want it to be like they kind of joined in on like a more kind of serious car video, but
No,
also
it's like, you know how we have those car videos where we're like, oh, we're going to tell you guys like a story and like it's emotional. We talk about things that we love. And,
Yeah.
like, situations that have happened to
Less
us.
of like a joke. car
And
video.
less of the joke,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And then we have videos where it's just like sheer chaos for the full 20 minutes. We basically, when we have guests, want it to be like both of those back to back. Like a serious conversation where we get to know them, and then like guests' opinions on like crazy shit. Because I also feel like in the world in which we live in, there's constantly people just trying to like dig information on celebrities, and it gets really like harmful and scary. So I'd love to have guests where we can have them and they can feel freely to like not have to answer questions that like the people want to know about them,
Yeah.
and just like
Yeah.
share about opinions that no one has ever asked.
For real.
I have a different reason on why I don't like having guests in car videos. And for me, it's more of like it started off of like just us three, and it's like very like it feels more comfortable. Like here's the way that I put it. If you work at like a supermarket, you know what I mean? And then you brought like one of your best friends to work with you, it's like
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like me, Nick, and Chris already have like a
like
rhythm.
it kind of sucks away some triplet magic.
And like if we had, I agree. Like if we had a guest in a car video, I wouldn't want to be as like jumpy and as like argumentative as I normally.
Is that a
am.
word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want to like. When we get into car videos, we yell at each other and we argue with people, and I would feel bad putting in a guest in that position where Nick's gonna scream and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's like it's more of like we're comfortable
me,
with just us.
And
three
it's
doing
crazy to
that.
think about. Like we've declined some like big like influencers or like fucking celebrities to be in a car video, which is like a weird thing because it's
But
like
we've always
I
told them
never-
that we have a podcast.
yeah, I
coming out.
never knew that like people like wanted to be in them like that, because it's
Yeah.
actually crazy, like the roster of people that we've declined to be in a video is
But now we have
actually
a
real.
podcast and we can talk to anybody.
Yeah, but it's also cool, like in a couple years or like a year, I wouldn't mind, like I wouldn't hate having like people in car videos eventually.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
But
But
for
I
the time
also-
being, it's
bro, I
like
can't wait to be like 50 years old and rewatch a car video.
dude, that blows my mind. Is like 50-year-olds, like imagine like people like that made content at such a young age, like us, continuing to follow through. Like how do
Insane.
motherfuckers have family channels? It blows my
I
mind.
could never do like
blows my
a
mind.
family channel.
Like like I don't
No,
even.
no,
I just
no.
don't like the idea of like. There's some times where
I'd be
we-
too busy
like,
raising the fucking family.
No, but also
Like-
there's times in filming content where like I'm like, okay, I want to give up forever and not touch a device for 30 days. You know what I mean?
looping in your
So-
whole
So
family.
it's like if I'm feeling that way sometimes when I'm on my phone, I wouldn't hate to unwillingly put a kid in that
It's
situation.
like, imagine a
never,
1-year-old
never,
like
never,
vlogging his house, like,
never.
oh, get the camera, baby.
Yeah,
like, go,
it's
go,
like
go.
never,
Yeah,
never.
it's like oh, record
That makes me
them,
so
like, or,
uncomfortable,
like, I don't like when
actually.
people pull pranks and it's like on like
Their wife,
their wife and like 5-year-old.
dude. Like
I don't like it.
weird to me.
It's just
What
weird.
were you-
I don't know,
what
just
were you
personal
saying?
opinion, because there's a lot of family channels that are very successful and people love.
I think
But-
there's like cutesy
and
family
no, I
channels.
I feel like there's a
think-
way to go about
But
it.
there's
yeah.
also like the difference between a viewer of the family channel or actually being a part of it, because like, bro, just thinking about like monetizing my whole fucking life and just vlogging a family is like extremely
No, I
bizarre
feel like
to
I
me.
feel like there's a way to go about it where it's like if they're a kid, even though kids aren't gonna make like the 100% best decision all the time, if they're having fun filming it, go for it. But if it's like if you're like you're waking up your kid from your nap and you're like, mommy and daddy need to pay rent, start dancing for the camera, then it's like like that's insane. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like there's genuinely like family channels that are forcing their kids to do this shit because the mom and dad need money. Is that crazy?
Is crazy.
It
But
is crazy,
That's why
but
I
It's
love.
true though. Like you guys are laughing, but
I'm
like,
just
that's
laughing
true.
because it's not like we're
The way
hating
you
on
said
anybody.
it.
Like I don't think. Could you list a family channel right now?
No, I couldn't. That's why it's like I'm not hating on anybody. Do your thing because it works for some people.
Correct.
I'm imagining myself 20 years from now
Never.
with a husband and possibly not kids. They're grimy, but me a husband and like pets. Okay, I can't equate to the situation because I'm gonna be a single man.
Would you do
or
a couple channel?
No.
Exactly.
He said
Never.
no.
Never, ever, ever.
That's crazy.
Couple
to
channels are
Jim.
weird too, because like
Y'all
if
break
you
up or get
break up, it's
divorced.
like who's
What
getting
happens?
money? Especially, I think what's the craziest shit is like couple OnlyFans.
I feel like that would be
Weird.
a fire shirt.
What?
Like y'all break up, who getting money?
Like,
You
that's-
know, y'all break up, who getting money?
I just I
That's what
also
I
put that
would-
on a shirt.
I
Actually.
wouldn't. I
That's
couldn't
your
imagine
job.
like
Y'all break
You-
up, who
who
getting
getting
money?
money?
you start like a couples channel, like a
Love
family
that.
channel, and then
don't say
there's-
you.
I'm just saying like I'm saying you as in like in
Oh,
general.
the people, okay.
Yes. If you like imagine you start like a couple channel or like a family channel, and then you film this content with that person, your family, for years. You end up getting a divorce or breaking up.
Y'all break
You
up.
have to deal
who getting
with-
money.
Well,
you
it's
have to deal
also-
with splitting that money. You have to deal with finding a new job, and you have to deal with edits of the time that you were
Ah.
dating or
That would be it for me.
for
Yeah, the
literally
edits would
for the
kill me.
rest of your life.
If
Yeah.
I was ever in the situation where I had to scroll on my phone and just see edits of me and like an
An ex,
ex-girlfriend,
oh my god,
wrap up the career right then and there.
I
I'm
could
good.
not do
No,
it.
what else was I gonna say? It's also like the three when money gets involved to anything, things get scrappy and nasty. And it's like the three of us are so close together and so sibling relationship, like so like
If
like,
you
I
guys
don't
were,
know,
like,
we're just
friends,
so
it would
close
be
to each
like-
other that it's like, and we do an equal amount of work that there's never a discussion when it comes to money, because we're
yeah.
going to do everything together when it comes to money.
Yes,
But it's when it's like a couple or like even like friends in like a collab channel that like they run a channel together. Like
How do
that's
you-
why people have some crazy falling outs, because it's like
money shit.
money shit. Like the second money
And
gets
that's why-
involved, in it, people like they change their perspective on you. They change like what they want from you, and it's like what scares me and why like our relationship works perfectly amongst the three of us is I know that none of you will ever be motivated by money in the way you act around
I
me.
agree.
Where like I've experienced and
know-
other people have experienced with like
Mhm.
like relationship channels or like friendship channels is like
you have
once
to,
money
you have to
gets
trust
involved,
that
that person is going to look at you and see a way of revenue and not look at you and see how can they
it's
enjoy
like
their
when,
night.
when people could touch your money, and like there's someone that like makes money with you per se, like because like to be honest, like with YouTube and all influencers, there's teams, and like you have to have a team that's gonna help you build what you want and make your money together. And it's more of like it's get money together rather than like get money and then get fucked by everybody.
Also,
You know what I mean?
I also feel like there's shit where it's like it's kind of like an ego thing too. Where it's like if we filmed a car video and you're screaming the most and there's the most viral clips of you in that video,
Yeah.
you know, like, okay, I stepped it up this video. But then there's a video where Chris does some stupid shit and people edit that one and that gets 1 million views. And then there's shit that I do. I don't know what example to put, but it's just like we all bring a separate thing to the table. And even though like,
Imagine for real
if
I
Nick
went
was
to
like,
y'all and was like, guys, like the video today, I saw a lot of edits of me. Like, I think I should get like 50% of it.
I literally punch you in the face.
like, that's like,
insane.
bro, like that's nuts.
But also, it's just like, yeah, it comes down to like just feeling safe around who you're with. Like I feel 100% safe with you guys.
For real. Like, why
and
wouldn't you?
obviously, and it's like even our team of people that like we surround ourselves with that are direct family. Like I've never felt safer with the group of people around me.
The only thing I
Amen.
change is tossing Nick a check for editing everything.
No, I agree.
No, yeah, we're gonna have to
respectfully.
discuss how the fuck I'm getting paid
Yeah.
more for editing everything.
That's all I got. That's all I.
That's what we
gotta
have to
figure
talk
out.
about for sure.
Let's do it
Anyway,
live
I can't
right
believe
now.
we
Give me my money or I'm quitting forever.
I can't believe we got to that off of family channels and fucking
And Paul Revere.
and guest and car
Where
videos.
are we
I love
gone?
Paul Revere.
Fucking I don't know. He's not my favorite.
Fuck Paul Revere.
Holy shit.
All right, well, that's been this episode of the Cut the Camera podcast. We will see you guys next Monday. This is probably my favorite podcast we've ever filmed today.
I agree. I just want our podcast to be more ourselves rather
Also,
than
let us know guests want
phony
to come.
bullshit.
And guests, if you've seen corny clips of us before and you think we're losers, come see for yourself. I'd love to have you on our podcast. I know that,
Agreed.
like, I don't know. I always get scared DMing a guest because I'm like, what if they see, like, some corny
What if
shit
they
I
see
did,
us
like,
call
2
Paul
years
Revere
ago?
pussy and don't
Yeah,
want
and
to
they're
come
like,
on
oh, I
here?
don't wanna
if
go
someone
on
called
there.
Paul Revere on their called Paul Revere pussy on their podcast, I'd go on it.
Okay.
No, but, like, I want some crazy guests, but I'm scared to reach out. But, like, if, like, guests, if I DM you and you don't want to come on our podcast, don't, like, put me on blast on the internet. Just ignore my DM. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to start DMing people, be like, hey, want to come on our podcast? Like, I don't want to be flamed. People are like, they thought they could get me on their podcast. Ah.
It's such an awkward thing too, because it's like I want to. Would we have guests on this podcast? I kind of want to be friends with them. You know what I mean?
Well,
So it's
anyway,
like,
I don't like.
whatever.
We want to. How many have we've had Balin? That's it. Balin.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I feel like we had way more than that.
And that was a wonderful.
We have a lot
guest. I
planned.
love that.
Yes,
kid.
what's it called? Balin's awesome. Shout out to him. He's doing
Yes.
his tour. So go to the Never Grow Up tour. Is that
Yes.
Yeah.
it? Me and Matt went to the LA show. It was really fun.
It was a lit
Anyway,
movie.
me, Matt, and Nick want to try to have a guest as frequently as possible. So tag
Tell
your
us who you
favorite
want.
creators. Go DM them to tell them to come on our podcast. Annihilate them and don't
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 allow them
ever
to not
allow
go on
them
our podcast.
to breathe without even thinking.
No,
about
because
our
I feel
podcast.
so bad when we're like, oh, tell
Go
your creator-
overwhelm them.
Okay, yeah. I don't want you to actually overwhelm them, but like if they get overwhelmed, then,
Spark
like,
an idea. That's
yeah,
all you got to do.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought it was about to knock this
But
over,
also
but it was like
last-
a highball thing.
Last thing I want to say
Holy
is,
shit.
sorry I didn't go to your LA show, Balin, but I'm blonde now.
Yeah.
It was at the exact same time, and
He
it was already
forgave you.
scheduled.
It's okay.
I know. I just felt so bad.
The whole crowd exposed you.
But like, well, you said haircut because you couldn't give away that I was going blonde.
Yeah.
I was going to post it.
Yeah.
Like this, I was there for 4 hours.
Yeah.
So that's why I literally. couldn't
Anyway,
go.
but that was today's episode. But like you said, great episode. I loved it.
Yes.
Shout out to you all.
Peace out,
Shout
y'all.
out to all the viewers. I love where the podcast is going. It's going to be amazing and cool. and
Yes.
rad.
Yes.
See you guys next Monday, and once again, tag your favorite creator, DM them, it annoy the shit out of them until they come on our podcast. That was a lie, but do it if you want. But don't tell them I told you to do it.